Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we're working in Forgotten Hollow for the last time for a while at least. This is the last build that I have to share with you guys from my Forgotten Hollow save. So if you want to see any of the other builds, they're all linked in a playlist in the description box. And they're all in the gallery, as well as all the households that I made for all these houses. Except for one of them is not on my gallery. It's on my friend Dreaming Bat. It's on her gallery because she made one of the households for me for one of the houses. So anyways, tomorrow is the walkthrough tour video for this save file. So tomorrow I'll be doing a premiere so you guys can see. Oh, actually, I'm not going to do a premiere tomorrow. That's a lie. I wanted to do a premiere. I actually did a story on a community post on here asking you guys if you would like to see a live walkthrough so that you guys can tell me, what you wanted to see in the houses and ask me any questions that you had. I really wanted to do that, but it looks like, unfortunately, the COVID situation here is starting to be on the rise again because of the new Delta variant. So because of that, unfortunately, I heard, where I saw on the internet, I don't know if it's true, I saw a Twitter post that somebody said there's talks of us going back into lockdown in the next few weeks. And so because of that, we really want to get some family time in outdoors, because it's just really hard for us to do that because my boyfriend works 6 days a week. So we don't really get to have a lot of family time. So anyways, because of all of that, I am taking a family day tomorrow to spend with them. So it's just going to be the video. It's still going to be a walkthrough tour where I go through everything, live, as if I was a first person walking through the houses. So that's still going to be up tomorrow, but I will not be there to chat and answer questions live, unfortunately. But if you do have questions, leave me questions in the description box. So what you're seeing me work on right now, okay, I was laughing at myself when I was editing this video because I changed the exterior of this house. I made a tally as I was editing the video. By the end of the video, I changed the look of the outside of this house 9 times. So I thought I would leave quick snippets in the speed build for you guys so you could see. And I have to take my son out of his high chair, so I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so as I was saying, I thought it would be funny to leave these little snippets in the speed build for you guys, so you can actually see how many times I changed the exterior of this house in one way or another. I could not figure it out. But when I got to this gray stone that you're seeing right now, I suddenly thought, oh, maybe I should just make a castle. I didn't make any castles in this world. They're mostly houses, mansions, I guess you could say. And I haven't made an actual castle in a long time. So I thought this would be a fun opportunity to make a castle. And then I decided to change the exterior again, and then again and again. And then right at the end, I had pink flowers in all the window boxes. Well, they look more pink than they do purple, but they were, in my head, they were supposed to be purple. And when I got to the interior of this house, I started decorating. You'll see when the interior comes up, but I started decorating with a purple color scheme because that's the color that I did most of the landscaping with. And I'm honestly tired of using purple as much as I love it. I've done so many interiors in the vampire pack, specifically in that style furniture. I've done quite a few interiors using a lot of purple. So even from the Willow Creek save. So I decided to switch it up and I wanted to do blue. So I was really having a lot of fun with the blue on the interior. I thought it looked really pretty. So right at the last second, I finished the whole build basically, and I went on the outside and I switched up all the purple flowers to blue. And I actually think it looks a lot better in the end because as much as I loved the way that it did look before with the purple, I felt like it looked a little bit maybe too cutesy for Forgotten Hollow. So I was happy that I switched it up to a color that wasn't so like bright. But yeah, anyway, so you can see this is version probably 5 maybe that I'm working on right now. And the landscaping took me quite a while and I had no idea what I was doing. You could see how much the build changed over the course of from when I started the shell. I didn't have a plan in mind when I started this build. I didn't know how I was going to do the landscaping or the terrain, what size the house was going to be. And I started working with these curved shapes, which I learned how to do from watching Kate Emerald. She's very known for, amongst other amazing things, but her curved, shapes that she makes in her builds. And I learned how to do it watching her a long time ago. And every once in a while, I like to put them in my builds because I just think it adds a really fun element sometimes. So I kind of mimicked the landscaping with the curved shapes. And I just, based on the way that the house was shaped is how I did the landscaping. And it was something that I never really did before. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And I should mention, when I made this build, this was before the pond tool update came out. So there is I built a pool in the front landscaping to create like a fake, body of water, whatever you want to call it, a pond or, a fountain. But that was before the pond tool update. So if you do download that's why it's an actual pool and not the pond. But I'm loving the pond tool. I think it's been so much fun to play with. And it's actually been, not landscaping, terrain in particular. It's a learning curve, I think. It took me a really long time to get comfortable with it and feel confident enough to actually record myself doing terrain. I used to just not even record myself. I used to just try to just build an elevated hill with a flat top, and I had no idea what I was doing. I couldn't figure it out at all. So yeah, I watched a speed build from Sadie Sims, and she was talking about how she does her terrain, and it finally clicked for me and made sense. So based on that is how I kind of learned. But I said all of that to say basically that with the new pond tool update, I feel like there's another added element to learning the terrain. So if you're struggling with it, don't feel like, you're doing something wrong or you're never going to get it. It does take time to learn how to do, and it takes a lot of patience. If it's helpful for anybody, what I use, I have an old tutorial on my channel. It's still up, I think. I don't think I hid the video or anything, but it's a terrible, terrible audio. I mean, this was really, really bad. I did this through my laptop. I recorded my audio and I was really nervous doing this tutorial, but I basically just covered my basics of how I would make, a multi-tiered landscaping. So if you want to check it out, you can. It's on my channel from back last year somewhere. It's called, I don't know what it's called, landscaping tutorial of some sort, terrain tutorial. Anyways, but yeah, the information in the video is good. The video itself, the audio sucks, but the information that I give you is really good in the video to learn the basics. I'm sure there's probably better videos than mine out there, but yeah, that's how I learned, by sitting at the computer and trying to do terrain as I was watching somebody else do terrain. So that would be my recommendation to you if you want to get more comfortable with it, or you want to learn how to use the pond tool better to your advantage, I guess. If you feel more comfortable with terrain, it's kind of, I think, really fun to use the pond tool. It's adding a whole nother level of excitement, I guess, that you can add to your build. So anyways, one thing I realized that I forgot to do on this build before I shared it to the gallery is I didn't really put any outdoor living spaces. Like, there's plenty of space, but I didn't furnish it really. So I'm sorry in advance if you do download this. I really didn't furnish it much on the outside. Well, not at all on the outside. I didn't put any chairs or anything out there. So I guess you could make your own outdoor space if you wanted to. And like I said, the interior, I kept it really blue and brown. I used a lot of what I tried to do, and I've actually been having so much fun doing this with the cottage living pack, is I've only been using cottage living and base game basically when I'm building. And I don't know. I used to always say I hate doing limited pack builds. It limits your creativity, but I actually feel like it's the opposite. I'm having so much fun just using 1 or 2 packs. So obviously for the exterior on this build, you can see clearly that I used a lot of different packs on it. But on the interior, I tried my best to stick to only base game and vampires. So if you don't have a lot of packs and you're interested in this build or the save file, this one will mostly be only that on the interior. I'm sorry, I'm like losing my voice today. Excuse me. I should have brought a drink with me to record. I didn't think I was going to talk to you guys this long. So we're finally on the inside. So yeah, you can see I started with all purple on the inside. And once I got to, I only did 2 rooms, but once I got to the dining room, I really fell in love with this blue swatch, and that's when I switched over to the blue. And I have to say, I love the vampire pack. I really have nothing bad to say about the vampire pack as far as the build buy items, but the dining table and the dining chairs that come with the pack, they don't match. So I was recording myself and I took out the vampire table and I took out the chairs, and I tried so many different swatches and nothing matched. So I gave up on it, deleted the whole thing, and started over. And I used base game stuff, I think. But yeah, it's just why? I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense why there's not matching swatches. Everything else matches. All the couches match, or the beds, everything else matches but the dining table. So that's my little gripe with that. But yeah, you can see here I cut out all those, all that time that I wasted picking out different dining room furniture. I figured if you made it this far, you don't want to keep seeing me keep switching stuff over and over and over again after the nightmare on the exterior. So this ended up being 3 bedrooms. So my idea was, so the people that live here are Vlad's first set of twins. So he has 3 sets of twins. I don't know why I did that. I just thought it would be funny and I was having fun in the game. So I said, okay, I was playing with MCC Command Center, which I'm just, getting more and more comfortable with and learning more things that you can do with that mod. And there's a lot that you can do. So I didn't realize that you could, plan the genders of your children and all that stuff. So anyways, I made 3 sets of twins. I aged the first set up all the way to young adults, and I put them in another house in the neighborhood because Vlad is in a different house. That build you can see on here. So I decided to make them both evil and give them all terrible traits. And I thought it'd be fun if the brother lived in a separate wing. So I gave him his own bedroom and bathroom in the side wing. And then the main house is, obviously the bigger part of the build. And I made a small second bedroom with just a single bed for, potentially another person living in the house. So like I said, 3 bedrooms, and I think there's 4 bathrooms. And it's already on the gallery. The household is already on the gallery. And don't forget, if you want to join me tomorrow to see the entire save file in depth for the walkthrough tour, you can catch that tomorrow. I'm going to release that for 10 a.m. All right, so I will see you, and that's Eastern time. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, what you guys thought of this video, and definitely hit that like button if you enjoyed it. So I'll leave you to watch the rest of the tour, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.